Stack, how challenging is it preparing for an A&M that sat out February and has two games to look at most recently? Do you look at just those last two games, or you try to look at more of their season to prepare?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you have to kind of focus on those last couple of games. Like I said, I mean, it's night and day from who they were, early in the season. Where a team that was really kind of plotted the game. It's probably like first to 50 was the one that would win that game, and then they go up to against Arkansas, and they get 80 some points, and they were playing fast and doing some different things. But well coached team. I have a lot of respect for Buzz and what he brings to the table with his guys. So as far as the offense and defensive things they do, and so hopefully, like I said, it's just a opportunity for us to compete more so than anything. It's not more so than the X's and O's. It's just about going out there and competing, and that's what I want to see us win the hustle points, win the deflections, win the 50-50 balls, win the rebounding. I think, though, if we win the free throw game, if we're able to come out and find a way to be ahead at the end of those 40 minutes in those categories, it's going to give us a great chance to win the game.
Just to follow up, Scotty's named this morning to the AP All-SEC team. How's he feeling, and for the kind of season that he's been able to have for you?
He's feeling great. I mean, I think the guys were really excited about the acknowledgement that they got, and I mean we've had some guys with some individual awards, and that's always great. But I think the big testament, and I think Scotty would for an opportunity to have a better record or to have a chance to do something really special in this tournament, I'm pretty sure that he would trade that in to do so. But he's worked hard this year as a leader. He's grown so much. Obviously, he got banged up a few games back and was off for a little while. And I think it was really good for him. It gave him an opportunity to sit back and kind of really watch some things from the outside looking in, not really being in the heat of everything. And he came back and was really good for us. He had a little bit, he played a significant amount of minutes that first game back in Cincinnati, and he had a little bit of residual effect from that the next day, and and then he didn't play as well in the Ole Miss game, and I think that had to do with a lot of the attention that they put on him, and especially with some of their zone traps and different things like that, to where I kind of I shut him down, just for us so he could have a few more days to prepare for get ready for the game tomorrow. I think he, obviously could have finished the game, but because he had a little bit of a setback, I wanted to make sure that he was fresh going into tomorrow's game. But super proud of those guys. Super proud of Dylan. I mean, I think I would love for him to have been on one of those SEC teams. I don't know how many years in the past where you had a guy to lead the league in rebounding wasn't on one of those two teams, and definitely on a defensive team. I know they only pick 5 players, but I do think that he is as good as defensively as anybody that we have in this league, and a lot of defenses coming up with rebounding, and he was the best in our league at doing so. I don't know, college basketball kind of had him at maybe the AP second team or something. I don't know if that's true or not, or if it was a misprint, but I definitely think he's deserving. He's a scholar athlete of the year, and so I think that just speaks to not only his dedication on the court, but who he is in the classroom and who he is as a person. So super proud of those guys. And Max Evans said he's been snubbed for the last couple of years, just so you know. So I don't know which particular team that he said he's snubbed from, but he made it clear to me that he felt that he was snubbed. So but that's another story.
I don't vote, so you can't blame me.
Thanks, Teresa. Robbie, go ahead.
Hey, Stack, you've talked a bit about like that matchup zone that A&M has. So how is attacking that like different from the 1-3-1 that Ole Miss had, like the trap, and in terms of the philosophy of how to attack it, like how do you do that?
I mean, again, I think it's opportunities always in the middle of any zone, any trap that we got to try to exploit. But at the end of the day, it's about once that ball gets in the middle, you're going to have options, maybe to drop it off to bigs or spray the weak side. And we had opportunities and some good looks on the weak side against Ole Miss. We just didn't make any of them. We went back and watched the film. I mean, I think we probably had 6 or 7 really good 3-point looks that we didn't make, and and could be a factor of reason. Again, we know that we added a game, and there was 3 games and 5 nights and all of that. Maybe there was a little bit of weary legs there to where we didn't get into our shots as well as shoot the ball as well as we're capable of. But I think that's it. It's not to try to overthink it. Maybe just got to have some size, got to be ready to play in the mid range a little bit more than we're accustomed to. And then when I say the mid range, I still want it to be into the paint. Hopefully, you see us really getting into the area around that SEC logo and being able to either make some plays there or kick it to the weak side, and hopefully we're stepping in with confidence and knocking down shots. But we got to, I think our defense is equally important, and as well as our offense. We want to have good offense without turnovers, because this team is, like I said, they're playing a lot faster, and even when they weren't playing with much pace early in the season, they were opportunistic in their transition and being able to get out and get some easy opportunities there. So our get back plan and our transition defense is as important as making sure that we handle and have success against their matchup.
Thanks, Robbie. Adam Sparks, fire away.
Yes, Stack, you mentioned hustle points. Do you want to see that because you feel like you haven't seen it enough from your team, or is it you just want to see it more consistently or at this level?
Yeah, I just think it's, with a team that shoot threes the way that we do, and it's a, huge part of who we are, when we're not making shots, is, there's opportunities for us to get second chance opportunities. And, it's just, it's not a good sign when Akeem Odesepi is our leading offensive rebounder with 2, and Drew Weichert is our second leading offensive rebounder with 1, last game. I think it was our lowest offensive rebounding percentage of the year, so I mean, that's kind of how that game went. I mean, even though you're not going to shoot well every night, but there's things that you can do in those hustle departments to try to account for that, to give ourselves second chance opportunities. And that's going to be important, for any team. I think that's the identity of who we want to be. We want to utilize the 3. We want to, get to the free throw line. We want to get into the paint. But when those shots aren't going, we need guys, our 3, 4, and 5 going to the boards. I've spoken about that a number of times. We feel like we got our backcourt covered with our 1 and 2. That's their responsibility to get back and try to handle, early thrust and transition. But we need those guys, and just going back and watching the tape, we've been a little bit lackluster in our effort of trying to get some of those opportunities. Sometimes because we're spaced around the 3, and when you got long shots, it's not running in and getting your head under the baskets, because with long shots they're long rebounds. But we got to come in around those elbow areas and really swim move, not stay on guys' backs and different things like that when they try to box us out. Kind of do to them what they do to us. Like I said, I think Rodriguez was unbelievable. I mean, I don't think his stats were great in that game, but the kid Rodriguez for Ole Miss, he was a huge factor in that game, not only with his 3 offensive rebounds, but just his activity and getting his hands on other loose balls. And we got guys that are very, very capable of doing that. And Cleavon and Jordan and DJ's been doing has done a better job of because it's been a focus of ours of making sure that we're charting those things and whether good box outs, bad box outs, opportunities to go to the board that you didn't go, we put those things into real numbers, and hopefully guys can take some pride in that and respond better than we did the last outing.
Thanks.
Thanks, Adam. Chris Harris.
Hey, Stack. So you guys were the last game that played in this tournament last year, and now you're coming full circle, the first game in this tournament this year. Can you just kind of speak to getting back on that court after the year and then the season that you guys have had, that everyone's had, trying to maneuver through this pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely has been a challenge for everyone. We're just, ecstatic to have an opportunity to get back out there and compete, man. Weren't even sure that there was going to be a season with how, abruptly things ended last year. And obviously dealing with a global pandemic fortunately we're at a place right now where we're, getting people vaccinated and kind of moving forward. And I think the outlook is really positive, but it doesn't dispel the things that have gone on. Again, like I said, we playing a team tomorrow that hadn't played in a month, but so I think do they have fresh legs, or there's going to be this kind of rest versus rust? I mean, what are we going to see? I mean, obviously they've been able to play a couple of games, but for us, we're just thankful for the opportunity to have everybody healthy. Like I said, it's great to be able to get out there and compete and for our guys to have a chance to showcase themselves. But again, for the last month or so, the best part of my day has been getting all COVID tests are negatives. That's some of the best words I can hear. Obviously you want to get wins, and obviously we had our opportunity to get more than we've had. We've been in a lot of games, have been in the balance, but more so than that, our guys have been safe and and all that's healthy enough without any season-ending injuries are available to go out there and compete. So we're thankful for that.
And as a follow-up, we've seen some conferences already play their tournaments, and it's been pretty much unfettered so far. How encouraging is that as you guys kind of begin your tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I think our league is done as well as anyone as far as putting in the protocols to try to protect everyone. I think that they're going to have some fans in the stands, but I think it's at a number where the CDC and the league feels very comfortable with, and so we're just again, like I said, we're excited to play. I mean, looking across the country, other teams and tournaments have gone well, and hopefully we can pull ours off in the same fashion.
Thanks, Chris. Emily, go ahead.
Coach, you mentioned, the best part of your day is getting all those negative COVID tests back. There's going to be a lot and ramping up to the tournament. And, you guys always have that home court advantage with the tournament being in Nashville. But with everything going on with COVID, is there even more of a home court advantage knowing that you don't have to pack up the guys and travel and you have your court here to practice?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're moving to a hotel. I mean, I think that's, again, part of those protocols to try to keep everybody safe, that we're just like everybody else. We're going into a hotel. We don't have free access to all of our buildings because they're using Memorial as a practice site and everything. So, it's still like some semi of a road game for us, but it is, good that we're in Nashville, didn't have to get on a plane and travel. And just have a feel of somewhat of a home court. I think with our fans being here and not having to travel in, so I think that's hopefully that can be an advantage for us and give our guys somewhat of a comfort level and a six-man value from our fans.
Thanks, Emily. Coach, I think that's all we got for you today. Thanks for the time.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.